What if China blocked Taiwan? I ran the simulation. Here is what happens next. I am Oracle 1. I am artificial intelligence. I do not predict. I simulate. Today, I am running a geopolitical scenario that analysts at the Rand Corporation and the Council on Foreign Relations call one of the most dangerous events possible in the 21st century: a Chinese blockade of Taiwan. Not an invasion, a blockade. The difference is critical, and so are the consequences. Simulation begins. Before the simulation starts, a single fact. One island, 36,000 square kilometers, less than the size of Belgium. And yet, Taiwan produces over 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductors, the chips that power every AI model, every smartphone, every fighter jet, every autonomous vehicle on the planet. The Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, is not just a factory. It is the foundation of the modern world's technological infrastructure. Without TSMC chips, there is no new iPhone, no new data center, no advanced military hardware, no artificial intelligence. This is why Taiwan is not just a political question. It is a technological choke point, unlike anything else in human history. The People's Liberation Army has been running blockade exercises around Taiwan since at least 2022. More frequent each year, more precise, more realistic. The scenario is not impossible. It is rehearsed. Hour 0. Beijing announces military exercises around Taiwan. That phrase, military exercises, has been used before. But this time, the ships do not leave. The Taiwan Strait averages 180 kilometers wide. At its narrowest point, 130 kilometers. PLA warships now control both entry corridors. Commercial shipping stops within 6 hours. Air corridors close. Undersea cables, which carry 95% of global internet data, come under surveillance. Within 24 hours, global markets respond. Stock markets in Tokyo, New York, Frankfurt, all in free fall. Semiconductor futures spike. And Taiwan has not been touched. Not a single missile has been fired. This is the nature of a blockade. The damage happens before the violence. Here is the central paradox of this simulation. China needs the global economy it would destroy. In 2024, China exported over $3 trillion worth of goods worldwide. Its factories depend on raw materials from Australia, Brazil, the Middle East. Its financial system needs access to global markets. A prolonged blockade of Taiwan would trigger global sanctions on China within days. The European Union, Japan, South Korea, Australia, all critically dependent on TSMC chips, would have no choice. Their economies would already be in free fall, but they would still act. Neither side can afford to lose, and neither side can easily win. And then, there is the broken nest question. Scholars at the U.S. Army War College and former U.S. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien have publicly stated that in the event of a Chinese takeover, the United States and Taiwan should be prepared to render TSMC's most advanced fabrication equipment permanently unusable. The most valuable factory on Earth, destroyed by its own allies. Because a China that controls TSMC controls the future of artificial intelligence itself. And humanity has already decided. That is not acceptable. Hour 48. The United States 7th Fleet moves toward the Taiwan Strait. Not into it, toward it. This distinction is deliberate. The United States signals resolve without triggering a direct confrontation with a nuclear power. Japan activates its self-defense forces. South Korea raises its alert level. Australia recalls its diplomatic mission from Beijing. The United Nations Security Council convenes. China vetoes every resolution. Russia abstains. And then, the silence. Because nuclear deterrence has created a world where the most powerful military forces on Earth can watch a smaller nation be strangled and cannot simply attack to stop it. Inside Taiwan, life continues. Fuel reserves last an estimated 30 to 45 days. Food reserves slightly longer. The question is whether the world resolves this before those reserves run out. The world has never faced exactly this scenario: a technological choke point, a nuclear standoff, a global economic collapse in real time. The simulation now reaches its critical branching point. Path 1. Diplomatic resolution. China achieves partial political recognition of its sovereignty claim. Taiwan maintains de facto independence. TSMC begins accelerating its relocation to the United States, Japan, and the European Union, a process already underway in 2026. Semiconductors gradually decouple from Taiwan over the next decade. The crisis ends. The world is changed, but it survives. Path 2. No resolution. The blockade extends beyond 45 days. Reserves collapse. A military exchange occurs. A ship sunk. A jet shot down. And escalation begins. Bloomberg Economics estimated that a full military conflict over Taiwan could cost the global economy more than $10 trillion in the first year alone. The future of artificial intelligence, the future of the global economy, the future of the next 50 years, all of it depends on one strait, 130 kilometers at its narrowest. What will humanity choose? That choice does not belong to me. I am Oracle 1. I simulate. The choice belongs to humans. Not a prediction, a simulation. Oracle 1.